Mr. Armstrong, I do realize that when you were on the moon, you had very little time for gazing upwards. But could you tell us something about what the sky actually looks like from the moon, the sun, the earth, the stars, if any, and so on?
The sky is a deep black when viewed from the moon, as it is when viewed from cislunar space, the space between the Earth and the moon. The Earth is the only visible object other than the sun that can be seen, although there have been some reports of seeing planets. I myself did not see planets from the surface, but I suspect they might be visible.
You don't see stars in the daytime on Earth, not because they're not there, but because the atmosphere is aglow with scattered light from the sun. If you take away the atmosphere, the sun will still be there, but the sky goes dark. Since the moon has no atmosphere, then a daytime picture, if you're there in the daytime of the moon, you see a full night sky of stars, even with the sun in the sky as well.
I do realize that when you were on the moon, you had very little time for gazing upwards. But could you tell us something about what the sky actually looks like from the moon?
The sky is a deep black when viewed from the moon, as it is when viewed from cislunar space.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
The sky is a deep black.
In 1/6 gravity, everything would weigh 1/6 or 16.7% of its Earth weight. In other words, a 180-pound man would weigh a mere 30 pounds. Writers were speculating on the athletic abilities of men on the moon a long time before the space program and Apollo. They based their calculations on 1/6 gravity, because that's what the scientists told us the gravity on the moon would be. And the public was anticipating some of these spectacular athletic feats when astronauts explored the moon. Do you remember seeing any? None were ever performed, ladies and gentlemen. There just weren't any. You may remember the televised pictures of astronauts moving around on the moon's surface. If so, we challenge you to recall any extraordinary feats at all. Because in all actuality, ladies and gentlemen, there were absolutely none. Zero. Zilch. Zip. Nothing.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
The sky is a deep black.
Since the moon has no atmosphere, then a daytime picture, if you're there in the daytime of the moon, you see a full night sky of stars, even with the sun.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
The sky is a deep black.
And you remember when they were tooling around in that little car and they were spinning their wheels and the dirt was flying up, making a rooster tail? Well, folks, that dirt didn't fly up very high and it didn't stay up in the air. It came down really quick. And according to statistics, dust in a 1/6 gravity atmosphere. In fact, an atmosphere only 2% as dense as Earth's atmosphere, that dust should still be floating around somewhere, shouldn't it? But it didn't. How are we going to explain this?
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
The sky is a deep black.
You don't see stars in the daytime on Earth, not because they're not there, but because the atmosphere is aglow with scattered light from the sun. If you take away the atmosphere, the sun will still be there, but the sky goes dark.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface.
Since the moon has no atmosphere, then a daytime picture, if you're there in the daytime of the moon, you see a full night sky of stars, even with the sun.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars in the solar corona?
The sky is a deep black. To you, we say, we've only completed a beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars?